Hey there, welcome back. Josh Hardy here with Hardy Brothers Outdoors. As you can see, this is not my normal scenery. I'm not outdoors right now, I'm trapped indoors. But I wanted to try to bring some closure to a topic that I've been investigating and have experienced myself for some time, and that's the loose bolt or loose axle bolt issue found on the John Deere compact tractors. Me personally, it was on my 2032R. I saw others who had the same issue out on Green Tractor Talk. I've seen it for people that are on the 3 Series and the 4 Series compact tractors, and it has continued to heat up. The more and more people are bringing this issue to bear. And recently, I did a 175-hour service update on my tractor, and also back in April, I made a video about this loose bolt issue. So recently, in an update that I gave, you would have seen that Deere had seen the video and decided to come pick up my tractor and service it, and they did that for free. So my local dealership, AgPro, I'm in Southern Ohio, so AgPro has most of the Ohio market. They came and picked up my tractor. I had them do some other services while they had it, but the core reason for coming to get it was to open a DTAC and come up with a resolution for the loose bolt issue. So as you've seen in my past or my original video on this topic, I ended up going and buying bolts and using Loctite and torquing them down to the proper specifications. And those particular bolts didn't come loose again. Bolts on the left side started coming out. So this is where we're starting. So let me tell you a little bit about the fix. I had hoped that maybe it was something to do with the axle or the trunnion, and they were going to do a full replacement of that. That's not the case. All they've done is remove the bolts that I had and put in what I've been told are new and approved bolts. So potentially there was something faulty with the other ones, or they weren't torqued down. I'm not sure what the issue was, to be totally honest. But what they've done is replaced all of the bolts in my axle. I'm not where my tractor is now, otherwise I'd show you an updated picture of the before and after. I'll probably do that on my post out on Green Tractor Talk and on the Facebook forums once I have the pictures of both. But let me tell you a little bit about the DTAC here. So they listed it as loose or missing bolts. The complaint that I had loose and missing bolts, they decided to make a special allowance to fix this. And my hope and my expectation is they're going to make that allowance for anybody who's experiencing this situation. They said the cause 100% covered by Deere per the instructions, and I'm not going to give the gentleman's name because I don't know where he fits in the overall Deere organization. But they made a DTAC case. The DTAC case is 1212048, and that's I'll list that here. I'm also going to give you guys a copy at the end of the video of all of the write-up that was given back to me. They said to follow the solution number 215214. So there's a DTAC number, which is, I believe, Dealer Technical Assistance Center or something like that, or that's the system. All dealerships have access to DTACs, and they should be able to go in and reference these numbers. Originally, when I called my dealership, they stated there was no DTAC, so it was going to cost me money to have it fixed, picked up, what have you. And we'll talk about what the true cost of the repair was here in a minute. So the correction, it says special allowance, removed bolts from front axle trunnion. Customer had installed new bolts and washers with Loctite and torque to the spec. DTAC case made, and they list the case number again, 1212048, and the solution number 215214. They then list the parts, LVU 30500, and I'll have to look and see if those are the ones that I had listed in my prior post or not. And then they have LVU 30495. That's the bolt. 0500 is the washer. Total cost of the materials for them to replace 8 of these on the tractor were $27 for the bolts and $9 for the washers. That's the Deere specific part number and bolt. As I told you in my last fix, I ended up just getting bolts off the shelf that they had there that were less expensive. The total cost of the parts was $35.44, so I rounded up to 36. The labor was $137.31, and that came to a total of $172.75. So all in all, not terribly expensive. But then the delivery and pickup charge that I would have incurred was $210. So for a total of $382.75. So my advice to you, if you've experienced this, you should leverage this DTAC number and the information that I'm sharing. If you haven't experienced it, I suggest that you keep an eye on it. Check your bolts. I'm actually going to go buy a paint marker, and I'm going to draw a line on each of those 8 bolts, white or green or yellow or something, so it doesn't, so it stands out and I can see it. I get a lot of mud on my tractor, so it's going to be something I'm going to have to pay closer attention to. But I'm going to mark them and make sure that I keep track of them. I urge anybody who hasn't had this challenge yet to check them often. I've seen, and even today, someone who said, all 4 bolts fell out on the right side. Left side looked fine. So I don't know what's happening on the right side, but that's where I had my issues as well. But I did have finger tight bolts on the left. So if you haven't had this situation, keep an eye on it. If you have, you might want to contact your dealership and see if you can get that taken care of. If you paid for it in the past, I don't know if they'll do refunds or not. That's not for me to decide, but I certainly would give it a shot now that I know that there's a known issue. My tractor is a 2017. I think the situation I saw today was a 2019 on a 2038. So the issue's real. It's not the first one I've seen. I had people commenting on the original YouTube videos. So if you're haven't seen those, check those out. I'll link to them at the end of this video. All in all, I just want to say, thank you to Deere and thank you to AgPro for taking care of the situation. And I wish you guys all good luck with your tractors and the repairs, the safety, all of them. This is one of those situations where I'm excited to know that our channel has made a difference, and hopefully we'll keep some people safe, but also alleviate some headache and cost. So if you haven't seen our other videos, take a look. If you haven't liked or subscribed, appreciate a like on this video. Share it with your friends who have tractors, even if you don't have the 2 Series or the 3 Series or 4 Series. Feel free to share it. I know we have a lot of people with the 1025R, and we also have an audience with the 4052R. So this is a real issue and could be extremely dangerous, I believe. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.